Alex, do you believe literally in the dark forces that are operating in this world? Do you think it's a myth?
No, it's not a myth. It's real. It's real. We deal with them all the time. So
how do you counter that force? What do you do to make it stop?
So for one, you have to believe in number one, which is God, and you have to know what's right and wrong, and you have to know that you will be tested. You're constantly being tested, and you're always tested at your weakest point. So know that when things are going rough, things will get better, and you just gotta don't take the easy path, take the right path, and things will work out. It's always worked out for me, and I know it's the right thing to do.
Alex, you got 5 kids, right?
I do have 5 kids.
That's just amazing, because Alex, you got a wife, you got 5 kids.
Yeah.
What can you sort of say about how you seeing, the struggle between the dark forces and the light forces, the angels?
It's been a challenge, especially with my kids. I feel some of my kids have dealt with the dark forces, especially my eldest daughter. And it's just a constant battle where you have to just be there and guide them and show them, look, this is the right way, you're being tested, sacrifice now, do the right thing, and later on you will enjoy and you'll laugh through life. It'll be, take the right path, take the harder path, and you'll see the reward. That's basically what I tell my kids.
And what is your daughter battling with?
She deals a lot with drugs.
That's the most common weapon of the dark side, especially for the younger people.
Yes. And she's it's a constant battle with herself.
Alex, do you believe that, because you're talking about your own daughter here and not just somebody out there hypothetically, do you believe that this is literally the most favorite weapon or tool that the dark side, the demons, are using, and everybody's sort of thinking it's like recreational, it's maybe even good for you, it's okay? How could this be? People are not seeing that.
With her, it's been especially more difficult to deal with because she doesn't believe in God. So this is where we keep, the battle is constant, and it's just at times I don't even know how much more I can help her. I do what I can. I guide her in the best way that I can, but I think that's one of her, until it kicks in and she realizes, that she needs to be grateful and that there is a God. I think that's when her life will turn around. So
that's kind of like when the demons want to do their dirty work, they convince the people that they don't exist, that they're a myth. It's like a trick.
Exactly.
It's the mastermind, most amazing thing that it's pretty low how we view it, but it works, because if a person doesn't believe in God, it's very hard to communicate to them. So then what do you do then about that?
Just always have to be there and remind, let her know, and eventually, the way, and everyone tells me she's going to hit a low, and then when she hits that low, hopefully she'll realize and she'll see, God will send her signals. I don't know if you've heard of the man in the house when it was flooding, the house was flooding, and he sends a boat, and he tells, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
No, I believe in God, I'm not leaving my house, and they send another crew, and come, we're here to help, and he's like, no, I pray to my God, and then finally the helicopter comes, and they put down the thing to rescue, and no, I'm staying in my house, I know my Lord will help me. And then he goes to heaven and he asks God, why didn't you help me? And God was like, I sent you the boat, I sent you the crew, and you never listened. And hopefully, my daughter will get it before that, and she'll realize that God is sending her many signals.
Well, Alex, your daughter will be from now on in my prayers. And my personal ministry in life is now to sort of bring out that spiritual side in people and help them connect with God in such a way that they've never done before. For example, example, doing a 7-day prayer and fasting, like the early church fathers used to do, which is almost unheard of today. They say, what? And they say, can I eat a salad? No, fasting meaning just water. Just water, nothing else. No news, no. And I know in your situation, it would be hard to get away from everything, like literally everything, no contact with the world. And that is why some people have to go to Canada for 7 days, where they have a log cabin, they rent it for like minimum amount of money. They have a Bible, a candle, and some water, purified water, and that's it. And some people checking up on the person to make sure the person is okay. It's called the Madonna House. It was done by a Orthodox Catholic woman. Her name is Catherine Doherty. She came to Canada in 1921. She was born in 1900. She was 21 when she came, and she started this ministry there up in Canada. So, and she introduced this Eastern kind of a way of dealing with the problems you're dealing with your daughter, how to sort of, well, crack the skull of the demons, so to speak. Like you crack the skull of in battle, you spiritually crack the skull of the demon by going into this prayer and fasting for 7 days. And then you basically get to such a level with God that nothing can stop you, and your family is protected, and your daughter will be also prostrate before God, praying to God from the goodness of her heart. Do you believe in that kind of transformation that might happen?
Yeah, I do. Of course.
So that 7-day fasting and prayer, do you believe in that power?
Fasting, yeah. Of course I do.
Do you see your daughter someday doing that? Maybe.
I pray to God that she will. But I mean, yes, I believe that someday she'll get a sign and she'll listen. It's just her listening and opening her heart, I guess, to believe.
So when you bring up this subject, Alex, what does she tell you? Like, she treats it as a myth, like demons, God is just not real.
She believes in I don't even know what she believes in. She says spirits, and she's just.
You said that could be dark, demonic spirits,
right,
and which are real. We know they're real, and so yeah, that's pretty dangerous. She will be definitely in my prayers, Alex. Today we have COVID-19, which is pretty. It's one word, crazy. In a few months, Alex, they're going to introduce the vaccine, which they say is going to be 100 times worse than what we're experiencing now with the economic devastation and everything. Do you believe that this could be literally the end times, the apocalyptic events, the Antichrist appearing? Do you believe in that? That this is like the precursor to that?
I mean, if you reading scriptures, reading everything, that is what it says.
Yeah.
So
what else needs to happen for people to believe that we are actually living in the end times? Meaning we may not have that 5 years into the future. We may not have 10 years into the future. This is it. We may have just a few months left, and then we'll be hell on earth. Like what else needs to happen, Alex, in your opinion, for people for their eyes to open and say, "Wow, this is it."
Honestly, since COVID, I've been so disappointed in a lot of people, in the way people react to situations like this, and their reality, their perception of reality.
Mm-hmm.
So what needs to happen? I can't answer that, because sometimes people need not a brick, but a house to fall on their head for them to get it.